So we got something interesting we want to talk to y'all about. We came across this article. Jiří Procházka makes stunning offer to fight UFC star Khamzat Chimaev. He says, I would like to welcome you to the division. First of all, what in the WWE is going on right now, man? How do you feel about this?
Man, I guess the knockout loss is going to Jiří's head. I don't understand you calling out former welterweight, even though he was a big welterweight.
To be fair, Khamzat was calling out people smaller than him.
Featherweights.
Man, he fought Gilbert Burns, who was a lightweight. And then when he went up to middleweight, he fought Kamaru Usman, who was a welterweight. So don't back down now. It's funny because Khamzat, he didn't have no problem calling out Alex, who was a light heavyweight now. And he said...
He was a middleweight at the time, though.
No, last week he called out Alex.
Again.
And he made that tweet where he was saying to the UFC, like, let me go get him. So if you want to fight at light heavyweight, beat the person who was just fighting for the belt. And if you can beat him, you can fight Alex. How you want to go and fight Alex, but you potentially might not want to take Jiří up on his offer? And truthfully, I think Jiří, regardless of what happened in his last fight, I think he's a terrible matchup for Khamzat.
It's a size difference, man. We talking about 20 pounds.
And we've seen Khamzat struggle basically any fight that goes past one round. He arguably did not win with Gilbert. That was a draw. He arguably did not beat Kamaru Usman. That was a draw.
But I don't see what Jiří gains from this fight, man. It would have been better for him to call out Izzy.
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya, that would have been better because he's a former champion. He's all-time great. But calling out Khamzat, who's a middle-weight and who never fought at light heavyweight.
Well, he's a big name. He's a big name. And it's a very advantageous fight right now.
No, but yeah, for Jiří.
That's what I'm saying.
But Khamzat, he probably has a title shot. And I think when Dricus got their title shot, people were surprised. Some people thought that he was going to get a title shot. That's how close Khamzat was from getting a title shot. So I'm saying, like, what do Khamzat gain from going up to light heavyweight fighting against somebody who's a former champion? Some people was questioning how good of a champion he was, you know, because he never defended the belt. So I don't understand what he gained from actually going up to fight him.
Well, A, it's the money. B, it's going to sell a whole bunch of tickets. C, it's just very interesting. It's like a freak fight that kind of don't make sense, but it kind of do make sense because the way the middleweight division look right now and the way the light heavyweight division is set up right now, somebody who was the middleweight champion, basically the champion at light heavyweight, everything is kind of in a funk. So I think this is a very exciting fight regardless.
But I think the UFC needs to back down from these type of fights, man, because it happened with Usman and Khamzat. It happened.
But it was on short notice.
It was on short notice, man. But I'm saying we can't keep going down this direction.
What direction?
I'm talking about like just...
Like a circus?
Yeah, like a circus type. And just guys moving up one weight class, two weight classes. One weight class is cool. But when have we seen a fighter go up in two weight class other than Anthony Johnson? He's the only fighter who have done that. And to be honest, it was times where Khamzat in the later second and third round, he kind of struggled a little bit with the takedowns of Usman. So imagine how he'd do against Jiří in that second round.
Oh, he'd be forced to stand up. He'd get knocked out.
I don't think he'd get knocked out.
Though. This will be a 5-round fight.
Okay, he might get tired.
No, he's going to get knocked out.
He's not going to get knocked out, man. A world where Khamzat gets beat, it's definitely going to be because he got tired. It's not going to be because...
But you can get knocked out even when you're exhausted. Look at the success that Gilbert and Kamaru had in rounds 2 and 3. No matter how good Khamzat looked in the first round, when people get out of the first round with Khamzat, everything goes out the window. He does just enough to hold on, and arguably he still didn't do enough. The judges just keep giving him decisions.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I agree with what you're saying. I'm not saying it's a good fight to make, but at the same time, this is a fight that I would pay to see. I'll be looking forward to this fight, but I just don't like Jiří's mindset of you calling out somebody who's a middleweight.
Who else he gonna call out, man? You can't call out Magomed. He boring. Don't nobody want to pay to see him fight. You can't call out Jan. He fighting Rakic in the rematch. They scheduled that. I looked it up today.
But Jiří should be fighting nobody right now. You just got knocked out, man. And you got embarrassed.
That might be why he's talking crazy.
Jiří need to focus on doing some kind of mobility exercises because he look kind of stiff.
Can we talk about how bad Jiří looked in that fight?
Let's be real. That's why we made a video.
This is what happens when you tell the truth. Nothing good comes of it.
Okay. Message.
The elephant in the room is Khamzat, outside of round 1, he didn't look impressive against, his last few opponents. And Jiří looked god-awful, man. And Jiří looked like an amateur out there. And I'm not trying to talk down on him or talk bad about him.
And the thing is, my theory is, I think it's ring rust because ring rust is a real thing. Other than some of the guys like John Jones and maybe Dominic Cruz. But other than that, most guys, if they haven't fought in a year and a half to 2 years, they look horrible. They look terrible when they come back. And I think it was the same way with Jiří. He did have shoulder surgery. on his right shoulder.
It's crazy because he was throwing haymakers like everything was okay.
I don't know, man. He looked a bit slow and a little stiff. Doesn't make sense.
Did he look any different than what he normally looked like?
He's normally a little bit smoother than that. He's known for not moving his head for some reason. He's not known for like being kind of stiff. He ain't the fastest guy, but he also ain't the slowest guy. He just look real slow and predictable. If we can see that, then we know Alex can see those punches coming from miles away.
Who would be a good fight for Jiří Procházka right now then? Because obviously...
Hey, you know who I would say, man? Izzy.
We can't really throw him in the equation because we don't know what he got going on right now.
The light heavyweight division is so bad right now.
Right now, a good fight for him.
Well, dang.
Nikita. Magomed, don't nobody want to fight him. He boring. Jan and Rakic.
Magomed's fighting Johnny Walker again.
Yeah.
So they can't fight.
Yeah. Jan and Rakic running it back. It's Nikita. He's the only one.
He really don't have nobody other than Nikita.
And that's kind of a dangerous fight right now.
And Jan too. I don't understand why Jan stay in the top 5, man. He keep losing these big fights, but some kind of way he's still in the top 5.
He didn't really lose to Alex. Let's be honest. That was a business decision.
It was nothing personal.
And it worked out for the UFC anyway.
He really don't have a lot of options, man. Ain't no point in looking past number 8. I think Jiří need to take some time off, to be honest, and let his brain heal.
But he just took a year off. I mean, he just had over a year off.
Yeah, but he got knocked out too, so it's unfortunate, but when you get knocked out like that, man, you got to just take time. That's why you really should be off social media too, because we see the same thing was it when Alex Overeem got knocked out by Stipe, and he was like saying Stipe tapped and all that. That's why you really don't interview fighters after they got knocked out, man, because they're not really themselves, and they shouldn't be on social media after they get knocked out too, because they be saying dumb stuff like this.
Hey, it's funny you bring that up because I saw a video the other day where they were saying Stipe tapped against Alistair. It was being sarcastic. Like, it clearly didn't happen. And I'm like, man, Alistair, bro, he knocked the stars out of your head, man.
Man, he knocked brain cells out of his head.
Stipe knocked the sense out of your head,
Mario
man.
coins.
For you to sit there and for you to make that comment, dude, like, are you insane? But anyway, yeah, I think this would be an interesting fight, man.
And you know what's funny? Why don't these guys call out guys in bigger weight classes, bro? Why not call out Tom Asper? Well, Tom coming off a win, but Curtis Blades. And it's odd they call out guys from all the weight classes. It's just human nature, man. Why would you call out somebody bigger than you when you've been winning a majority of your fights? Because you've been bigger than your opponents, and that's the only thing that kept you in the fight. Because truthfully, you probably should have got beat, or it could have been a draw. I'm gonna tell you this: if Glover can't really submit Jiří, Khamzat definitely not.
And at least Glover can keep trying for 5 rounds. Khamzat got 1 round to him, and then it's over at that point. And he avoiding the 5-round fights, man. Like,
and then you can argue that Jiří's submission defense is better than Kamaru Usman's. And then people can say, "Oh, what? Kamaru was a grappler." No, he's a wrestler, and Jiří's been around longer than Kamaru Usman, and he has way more experience.
And that was the first time we seen Kamaru in that situation ever. Anyway, exactly. I mean, Leon had his back for like a little bit one time, but other than that, we never seen Kamaru like that, and he did outstanding. I mean, he did an incredible job, and Khamzat did an incredible job too offensively. But Jiří has more experience fighting off them type of positions than Kamaru. So,
but I will pay to see this fight though.
Oh, 100%. That's why they should consider making it.